All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody find a seat. Welcome, welcome.
Mayor, before you get started, we have the youth council wants to do something for you. So, youth council, take it away.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. So we will. I'll agree with that one. I hope with that. Now my wife may not agree with that because I'm pretty well insured, but I don't know. So, all right. So we'll call this to order, and at this time I'm going to ask Mr. Brian Harris to the stand. And if you would, after Mr. Harris finishes praying, we will stand for a 30-minute moment of silence, or 30 seconds. 30 minutes, yeah. Everybody gonna shoot me. Yeah, that's it. 30 seconds, and then we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah. All right, let's pray. Dear Lord, we just thank you for the opportunity to come here tonight, Lord, and to celebrate the successes of our city, Lord, and to cover the business that you have on hand, Lord. I just pray that you be with each city leader, each city council member, and the citizens that are here, Lord. Just give us all courage and patience and wisdom, Lord, to discuss the items at hand and to have a positive impact, Lord. Just pray that you'll watch over us and guide us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
If you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Harris. Ms. Skelton, will you give us a roll call?
Mr. George.
Here.
Ms. Wetzel. Here. Ms. Young. Mr. Olson. Here. Mr. Bradley.
Here.
Mr. Pearson.
Here.
Mr. Gray.
Here.
Mr. Keller.
Here.
Mayor Teague.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Myself. You have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have an opportunity to look over the minutes from January 13, 26, January 22nd, 26, and February 10th, 2026.
Motion to adopt.
Have a motion and a second to adopt the minutes as presented. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, minutes will be approved. At this point in time, we'll direct our attention to the podium and the screens for finance report by Finance Director, Ms. Brittany Baker.
Awesome. All right. General fund revenues for the month of January totaled $1,912,137. Of that, $1,150,164 was sales tax and state turnback. $188,976 was franchise fees and permits. $572,997 was all other revenue. This did include a grant that we were expecting for the airport hangar. Tax revenue comparison year to date, we're only 1 month in, but for 2026, the city half cent was $499,255. The city's portion of the county tax was $592,177. And both of those figures are a bit above last year and above budget projections. General fund expenditures for the month of January totaled $1,714,496. Of that, $1,259,374 were personnel expenditures. $455,122 were utilities and other. Street fund revenues for the month of January totaled $925,172. Of that, $599,106 was street sales tax, $237,197 was state turnback and ad valorem tax, $86,169 was interest, and $2,700 was street cutting permits. Street fund expenditures for the month of January. Operational expenditures totaled $210,303. Of that, $172,560 were personnel-related expenses, $37,743 were utilities and other. There were no street capital expenses. Street sales tax spending totaled $801,614. That was towards South Waterloo Avenue drainage maintenance, drainage projects, downtown improvement, raised grant project, and the US 64 West sidewalk project. State turnback street project spending totaled $18,627. That was all towards traffic signal improvements. The economic development funds, the revenue for January was $172,592. Of that, $154,276 was new sales tax and rent. $18,316 was interest. January expenditures totaled $200,000. All of that was towards capital improvement for the geosurface turf at the soccer complex, and that was appropriated last year. Below are the various balances of the economic development funds. We have Fund 3, Fund 23, and Fund 27. In totality, those funds' cash balances are $5,530,721.83. Capital assets, January revenue was $447. All of that was interest. There were no capital January expenditures from the capital asset fund. Below is a breakdown of the 1-cent sales tax. The inception of this sales tax was in 2021, and it renewed in 2026. The vote was last year. You'll see what's received, what's been spent, and the balances of each. In totality, those funds total $22,257,327.11. If there are no questions, that concludes the January report.
Thank you so much, Ms. Baker. Any questions for Ms. Baker? All right, thank you. All right, moving on to the mayor's report. We've got a couple things. I do want to, is Mr. Ian Warnick, I need to recognize him. We did see something on social media about you today, young man. He's one of our youth council, and I believe Mr. Stump was a prior youth council, if I remember right. I'm not sure if he still is, but he says, and Mr. Keegan Fuller were named National Merit Finalists. So super excited about you guys. Our youth council is pretty amazing. We got a lot of young people to be proud of. So a lot of good stuff. So we do want to recognize you guys. Okay, so this time of year I get to do the State of the City and kind of let you guys know what we did a little bit what we did last year. So I'll read this here, and after this we got a really good video, if I remember right. I think Miss Debbie put together a little video for us. Yeah, the 2026 calendar year marked a period of increased economic growth for the city of Russellville. The local economy saw a surge in retail and food service sectors, reflecting a high level of consumer confidence and local investment. One highlight is the city's ability to attract Fortune 500 interest. We celebrated the opening of a brand new Owens Corning facility, and that move, a move that brings a name and new jobs to our industry sector. In addition to Owens Corning, the groundbreaking of a $70 million expansion at Tabor Extrusions serves as a testament to the Russellville's quality workforce and the desire for existing businesses to double down on their investments within our community. This growth was managed efficiently by the planning department, which processed 30 single-family new construction permits and 86 commercial building permits over the course of the year. We are doing an incredible job engaging and informing our citizens through our digital presence. The city of Russellville now maintains 9 social media pages with over 51,000 followers. This represents a 12% increase, almost 5,500 new followers in 2025 over 2024, with over 1,100 posts garnering over 6 million views and a 54% increase in followers on the City Hall page alone since January 23. Our communications efforts are stronger than ever. Public Works remains one of the city's most visible departments, and 2025 saw a significant enhancements with sidewalk projects that improved walkability, while the city invested an average of $2 million in street overlays, including major work on South Phoenix and Sequoia Way. Much needed drainage improvements were also completed on South Tampa and South Utica, resolving long-standing issues for those neighborhoods. Our grants department has continued to serve our departments by securing the necessary funding for these types of infrastructure needs, as well as airport improvements. Furthermore, the traffic team installed 16 mile vision system cameras for traffic lights, creating a smarter and safer intersections. The City Council also took a major step forward by voting to support our IT department and implement a dedicated fiber system, a move designed to enhance security, dependability, and productivity for all city facilities and digital communications. Along with supporting all city departments' technologies needs, IT also launched a redesigned website and a new app for the city of Russellville in 2025. Our first responders continue to operate with a level of excellence that attracts statewide recognition. The Russellville Fire Department handled nearly 4,500 calls. Approximately 3,300 of those calls were medical emergency. This year, the department took delivery of a new rescue unit and fully integrated the live fire training facility. Innovative programs such as the Bicycle Medic Program and the Canine Paramedicine Training are one of the few in the state. This ensures that both our citizens and our canine officers receive the highest level of care. The Russellville Police Department also saw a year of high activity with over 28,000 law enforcement contacts. The department maintains its Tier 1 accreditation status and saw its leadership recognized at the highest levels. Chief Ewing was named the Arkansas Police Chief of the Year. Detective Ben Tucker was honored as the Pope County Law Enforcement Officer of the Year, and Officer Dustin McCool was named the RPD Officer of the Year. These awards highlight the quality of leadership protecting our city. Quality of life in Russellville was further enhanced through major upgrades to our recreational spaces, many of which were made possible by the continued success of our grants department. The city successfully met its goal of replacing all playgrounds at every city park and saw the renovation and expansion of the Harmon Skate Park, which has been absolutely amazing. New amenities, including a kayak launch at the Russellville ski area and successful implementation of pickleball courts at the soccer complex, have diversified our outdoor offerings to serve our youth and adults. New leagues for kickball, volleyball, and pickleball were launched, while Aquatic Center continued to serve citizens young and old. Might add a little addition. We took over signups for RYBA for baseball and softball, and we had a record number, like 600 kids sign up this year. It's absolutely incredible. Super excited. And Mr. Olson's team does a great job at soccer also. In a forward-looking move, the city established a Sustainability and Resilience Department. This new team is currently focused on development of a recycling facility to fill the gap left by the closure of county facilities, with 40% of residents currently lacking recycling options and 100% lacking glass and e-recycling. This department is critical to our future environmental goals. Behind the scenes, the city administrative departments work to streamline services. The finance department successfully transitioned from MIP to Centerport software, providing a more favorable and efficient experience for both staff and end users. Human resources, though a small department, facilitated the onboarding of 60 new hires across all levels of government, from police officers to maintenance staff, while maintaining recruitment partnerships with Arkansas Tech. We also celebrated our 2025 Employee of the Year, Tammy Case, from our Animal Control Department. Animal control employees responded to nearly 2,000 animal control calls and provided essential services to all of our citizens throughout the year. Now, if you will turn your eyes to the screen for a little video, I believe. Thank you. We are truly blessed. We got a lot of amazing people that show up each and every day to make Russellville a better place. So, all right, departmental report. Mr. Carp, you got 2 minutes and 2 seconds, as I always say. So.
There we are. Good afternoon. I'm going to have a quick recap of 2025. Our fuel sales in 2025 were Jet A was at 94,980 gallons. Avgas was at 28,800 gallons for a total of 123,780 gallons. And I've got a little visual for you right here. Council members, I realize that might be a little hard to read for some of you in the crowd. Council members, I made you a copy if you want to take one down and pass it down. Or take one out and pass it down. Just to give you a better visual of what we do on a month-to-month basis, fuel-wise. This year was significantly better than last year. We sold about 14% more fuel this year than we did last year, so we're doing well. Avgas is a little down, but that's to be expected. We're looking at ways to get that up to get some more Avgas sales. Jet A is up significantly right now due to the Corporate Aircraft Association that we had signed up for last year. Basically what that does is Part 91 operators will buy into the CAA, and they'll get a certain price at our airport. Of course, we set the price, but they get a better price. Since we are a CAA airport, there's only about 4 or 5 CAA airports in Arkansas, so we get that CAA traffic. So it's traffic we wouldn't see otherwise. We're very thankful for our CAA customers, along with the Dells, I believe, over here. I believe y'all are CAA. Thank you very much. Our 2025 operations, we did 6,529 single-engine operations. We did 685 multi-engine operations, 2,519 helicopters. In this operations that are airport operations or our airport monitoring system did not pick up were 151. They did pick it up, but they couldn't identify what it was, for a total 2025 operation count of 9,884. For those of you that don't know, one operation is a landing and another operation is a takeoff. You'll also see on your handout there, and for those of you in the crowd, you'll see our month-to-month operation count right there. As for our jet operations, I don't have that in there. 200, let's see here, I wrote it down here because I'd failed to put it in our slideshow. 228 of our single-engine operations were turboprops. 84 of our multi-engine operations were turboprops. And 270 of our multi-engine operations were jet operations. 137 of our single-engine operations were also jet operations. Our 2025 projects, I've got some pictures here pulled up on the next few slides. One that I don't have is the hangar roof repairs. That's a more recent, so I'll go ahead and cover that first. We applied for a 90-10 ADA grant, an Arkansas Division of Aeronautics grant. For that, we had some very old roofs at the airport, roofs that needed maintenance pretty badly, as our tenants can attest to. Very leaky. A lot of them needed thousands of screws replaced. One of them needed a complete overhaul. The other had a coating put on it. But all of our city-owned hangars have been sealed. They're all leakless right now, no leaks. Our tenants are very happy. So that's a big win for us and the city and the airport right now, having no leaky roofs. The apron reconstruction phase 1 took place at the towards the beginning of last year. What that entailed was the removal of about half of our ramp area, and used to be a big hole right there. You'll see all the B-stone in the bottom of the hole there. It was filled about 3 foot deep with B-stone with drainage put underneath it. The whole purpose behind that project was to improve the drainage. We had very, very soupy soil underneath it. As a matter of fact, when we pulled the core sample out, when our engineers pulled the core sample out, it practically fell apart. So we had soil that was not draining properly. This is just phase 1, though. Phase 2 is going to take place towards the end of this year. That portion of ramp that you can see there that's not tore out on the right there, that is going to be phase 2. So we'll be very grateful to have some good drainage out there. Hangar renovation, and by the way, the apron reconstruction was a federal grant, so it was 100% reimbursable, 90% federal, and 10% state. The hangar renovation was a 90-10 state grant, 90% state and 10% city. This is the original building at the airport, built in 1959. You'll see it's the top 2 pictures there are the where work is in progress. You can kind of see the what it used to look like. But it was built in 1959. It needed some serious TLC, and the State Aeronautics Commission was generous enough to give us a grant, and y'all were generous enough to vote for it. So thank you for that. It is it's practically a brand new building now, and it'll get us along for years to come. Our equipment shop. This is a huge deal for us. We currently, to give you an idea of our current situation, as far as where we work out of and where we store our equipment. One, we store our equipment all over the airport. We don't have it necessarily covered, and our maintenance goes on in 4 little storage units. So we have tools and everything is all over the place, similar to how Parks and Rec used to be. I'm sure they're very happy about their situation now, and we're going to be very happy when we get this all done. This is currently where they're at. They poured concrete the other day, so we've got a slab now. We're waiting on a building. But this will be where we perform maintenance and store our equipment and our materials and parts and so forth. It'll mainly serve as a maintenance facility. We'll have 2 12-foot awnings on either side for equipment storage. The maintenance is the big part of it. I'll take a second and brag on one of my guys, Nation Brim. He's looking forward to this more than anyone because he is our maintenance guy. You won't catch him without a crescent wrench in his pocket. He is always working on something. He is a phenomenal mechanic, and he saves us as a city. I know it doesn't. You probably don't see it, and he does a lot of things that we all don't see, and a lot of things I don't see. You know, and he does a phenomenal job keeping our airport up, keeping our equipment running. He can rebuild an excavator with a crescent wrench. I swear, he is good. So he is very thankful for this. I'm very thankful for this, and we're looking forward to working in it. The Kubota UTV is not necessarily a project, but it's something that y'all gave us the funding for, and I want to say thank you because, as you can see here, we're towing planes, blowing snow with the broom. The bottom left-hand picture there, you'll see a blower on it right there. It's just been a complete multi-tool for the airport. It has been absolutely phenomenal. The jet you can see there, we couldn't have pulled that with our little golf cart. We would have burnt it up. Of course, we could have pulled that little plane there, but we have the ability to move larger planes now. We have the ability to sweep and blow our runway and our taxiway surfaces much more efficiently. We do our runway check with that every single morning. To give you an idea of what we used to do for runway check, we would get out in either our golf cart or our truck with a shovel, and we would get out there and we would find all the coyote dung and all the, whatever might have used the runway last night. And then we'd get out there with a shovel, we'd scoop it off, and then you find little pebbles, You don't want pebbles on the runway that get picked up by a prop, make a bad day for someone, chip a prop, throw a rock, hit somebody. It's a bad deal altogether. So it makes us safer and more efficient altogether. So I wanted to say thank you for allowing us to purchase that. It has been an absolute blessing. Some events that we did this past year. So the events kind of came around to me. I wanted to find a way to reach out to our community, the larger community of Russellville, rather than just our aviation community, which is where the River Valley Rally came around. What took part there that day was we raffled off several flights to the community by pilots that volunteered their planes and their time. We did a candy drop for the kids. The kids ate that up. They loved it. We had a couple aerial demonstrations. It was a great day altogether. We had local businesses donate to the cause for fuel and so forth to make it happen. And it was a fundraiser. It was a fundraiser for Joseph's House and River Valley Food for Kids, and just a great reason to get the community together and raise some funds for those two amazing charities. The Crawfish Bowl was aviation centered. This is something that actually our pilots started years ago that I've kind of taken and made a fly-in for our aviation community. It is something that the pilots enjoy, that the aviation community truly enjoys, and that we plan on doing from now and into the future. And that's all I've got for you tonight. If you have any questions, please let me know.
All right. Thank you so much.
Just
Mr. Keller,
a quick question.
Yes, sir.
On this handout that you gave us, I see that we've got the number of the fixed wing single engines, the fixed wing multi engines, and the rotorcraft. And the NA, that was just like flying objects that you just weren't able to identify?
Yeah, UFOs, yes.
So I was
yes.
going to ask, is that, so we've had 151 unidentified flying objects?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we actually, we have and this is a recent development. We started this last year. We have a airport monitoring system now. So if you get onto our website, go to airport, go to operational data, you can actually get our real-time operations, and that's where I get all of that data.
Director Carp,
Thank you.
I live in the flight path there. I know that we have dramatically shifted to jets coming in. I mean, it's noticeable. I remember it used to be a rare aircraft that was a jet coming in. Now it seems like there's more jets than anything. So great job on attracting those and increasing our sales. But do you know how many of those actually, do they get lunch here when they stop, or do they pretty much just hitting the fuel and going?
It depends on what they're doing. Some of them will be a quick turn. Like a lot of our CAA customers are quick turns. A lot of them will grab a courtesy car, come into town, grab lunch. We'll make a recommendation. And then a lot of them are local businesses will come in, and they're going to be in town doing business, eating lunch, and so forth.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carp.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Gray, anything on personnel?
No report, Mayor.
All right. Mr. Keller, you got anything on finance?
Yes, sir. From our 5:30 meeting this evening, item 1 was consideration of a reimbursement request from Main Street, Russellville for the fourth quarter of 2025 in the amount of $15,000. We present item 1 as a motion to adopt.
All right, I got a motion to adopt item 1. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving forward.
Item 2 was an appropriation from the Russellville EMS Service Fund 10 in the sum of $359,749.42. And this is to purchase EMS service enhancement equipment. And we present item 2 as a motion to adopt.
I have a motion to adopt on item 2. All in favor? Any opposed? All right.
Item 3 is an appropriation from the 2007 Economic Development Fund 23 in the sum of $50,000 in the form of economic development funds for the Woodmont Valley Park Shopping Center project for infrastructure improvements. This was forwarded to the full council with no recommendation.
I'll
guess-
entertain a motion if anybody wants to make a motion.
Motion to adopt.
Second for discussion.
I have a motion and a second to adopt. Any discussion?
The things that we talked about in the finance committee I made clear kind of my position. I can support this if the infrastructure that is put in where it ends to service those new buildings and businesses, that the water and sewer is put in such a way that that can be extended to other businesses and other development that goes on. In other words, I just don't want that to be the end cap and then that's it. It goes into that because then it would benefit others. I just don't want to have to come back again on this property and we're going to have to do something completely, start from scratch again. And I know that the engineers at Citicorp can probably figure all that out. But that's my input, because I just don't want to get into this what about me stuff that's going to, come. And I'm all for, Mr. Keller, your idea of getting some sort of framework or a grant program from the city to do these kind of things so we don't get into the what about me.
Is this not going to terminate in the middle of their property, though? Is this going to be
The
on
whole
the
thing is
edge,
their
or-
property.
That's what I'm
The whole
saying.
thing is their property, but they would be able to extend it over into the parking lot. I think they're wanting to look in that JCPenney parking lot that is so open and never used. They want to extend and possibly put new infrastructure over there, put new stores over there also.
As I stated earlier, I think that as folks like to say, the maths on it, just based on the 67 jobs that we already know about, it's less than $750 in economic development per job that we're devoting on this. And then when you look at, there's another, as was mentioned in there, another, I think, 20,000 or 200,000 or whatever square feet of retail space planned for the future. That just increases more jobs, which ultimately drops that number down. If, when they go to phase 2 into the JCPenney parking lot, they don't come to us and say, okay, now can we get another 50,000 to move this from this spot over to this next spot that we're building? I would be in support of it, of this. I would hope that for their next phase, they would consider making sure that this, the funds for this type of project on their property wouldn't be something that they would come back and ask us for again.
I think it would be beneficial too moving forward if they do make any additional requests, which I hope that's not the case, but in the event that they do, I would like to think that somebody would be here to answer some of these questions. I still have some questions relating to the longer-term economic benefit that they're referencing in the letter. I'm still encouraged that we have so many new jobs coming in, and I'm excited about this project, so I'm not trying to stall it. It would be beneficial in the future if they brought somebody here to be able to field our questions.
The city has in the past used economic development funds to expand utility services, which is what this is. And I think it would be hypocritical of us in a way to say no to this situation when there are clear points in the past where we have done it before. And so that's my 2 cents.
Mr. Olson?
I just want to see it go through the correct channels. It's like somebody just said, oh, we're in a project, and we need some money, so let's go to the city and get 50,000 extra dollars on a $12 million or however much this project is. It seems so whimsical and so far-fetched. There's no data to back it. They've not asked anybody. It hasn't been through the alliance. It hasn't been talked about, discussed. It's a random grab for $50,000 is the way I see it. So that's,
I know Mr. Garza has the exact numbers, but I think it's like I can't remember, it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars they have to put into it, though, for this 50,000 to even be beneficial. So it's not like we're just doing it for them. We're just assisting, because it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this project, is what I was told.
All right.
I guess I am curious maybe as to how this came about. I don't know. Did they approach the city and ask if there was any economic development funds available? Or
Yes.
like did
We started talking to them 2 years ago. We started talking to Woodmont 2 years ago, the Chamber and the Alliance and I. We've had meetings with them, multiple meetings, different meetings. Like I say, I did check during the break. I talked to Stephen Hauserman with Economic Development, and there is no grant or funding from the state of Arkansas through AEDC for retail at this point in time. There is something that's going before the legislature this year that hopefully a ballot initiative that we can get passed. But so we have had conversations. The issue is just I have not had the documentation to back up the request. So, I mean, Mr. Grant and I have had multiple conversations, but I did not get the drawings until this week to be able to put it before you.
So you said I know that we started talking to them 2 years ago about the project and everything that was going to be coming with it, and there were announcements made not that long ago about everything that was going to happen with it and whatnot. But at what point, I guess maybe in the timeline, that would really help me. At what point did they say, man, another $50,000 would really like tie this up in a big bow?
Well,
and was it like last week? Was it like 2 years ago? Like
2 years ago, they came with just an incredible request, and that was not. I can't even go back and tell you. I'm sure Dr. Selman has the request that they brought early on, but I would probably say in the last 6 months is when they were trying to piece this together and trying to bring this into fruition. They asked if there was any economic development funds. I said there are economic development funds. I said I could bring it before the council if the council so chose to invest in their venture, that the council would. I did not. I cannot commit money from the city. I said that we could do. I could bring it before you guys and see if you wanted to support or to invest in that. So that's where we're at. And I would say it's been. Yeah, I would say that conversation's been in the talk in for at least 6 months or more. So it's not like that they came last week and said, "Hey, can we get this?"
Well, one thing a request that I would make is that if someone or if an entity comes to the city and says that they're potentially going to make a request for economic development funds, that the council be alerted at that point that those conversations are happening, so we can ask questions. And so like Mr. Bradley, who would love to have had a representative here tonight to be able to answer his questions. It seems to me like it's unfortunate that the conversation was happening 6 months, or has been happening for 6 months, and this got on the agenda and was given to the council, to even be notified about it within the last 2 days. So I would respectfully request that in the future, anytime a business comes forward and asks for, or even hints that they may be asking for economic development funds, that the council be made aware of that, so we can start having much more detailed and more fruitful discussions about how we spend our economic development funds moving forward.
Steve, I hate to put you on the spot. Do you have any? So this will be put in by the developer. You obviously will have to oversee it in some way. And what I after the finance meeting, I asked you, would this, like a fitting at the end of this thing, again, not an engineer, the fitting at the end of this thing comes from the street, goes into the business, and then there will be, something would need to be put in right then, right? To not have to spend more money taking another fitting off or putting new fittings on or whatever, and maybe I'm out in left field. I just want to make sure that this comes in, that City Corp knows what's going on, A, and B, has some veto power over what actually goes in. So that could be extended, because that's how I can support this, because it's a one-time thing, then we get something else out of it down the line.
Yeah, obviously, anything they put in, we can extend, we can make a tap if we had to, but obviously, if they knew that there was a likelihood of something expanding in another area, or another direction, they could drop a T or a cap at the end and put a thrust block where you could extend it without shutting everybody down. That's usually the issue. You don't want to shut everybody down to tie on to the end of it. So if they knew that there was something else that could happen in an area, then obviously I would hope they would make arrangements for that, so you could just open up a flange, open up a valve, and tie to it and go on. But I would think that, I think someone made the comment that it's probably would only serve other developments within the Valley Park Center.
Yes.
I doubt that it would go anywhere else out there. But if there's other development in there, and it would be a city main, because there are some private mains in there if it only serves an individual or for fire purposes and not city main. But if it's a city main, then obviously anybody that wanted to connect to it could do that, and obviously most likely would be in the Valley Park Center. So,
Right,
yes.
but would you have veto power over what goes in, or or is this all the developer that would just be building this?
Well, as long as it meets our specifications and it meets fire flow according to the fire department, and it meets all of our specifications, we probably wouldn't have any reason to not. Now, if they wanted to put in a too small of a main to be extended, and there are times when if someone only needs a certain size main to their property, and it can be extended to serve other developments or existing properties, sometimes we may actually pay to upsize a line. That's about the extent of anything we would ever do if it benefits the existing community. But as far as anything new, we would just take over ownership and obviously allow connections to it in the future. So
is this a 6-inch line going in? Would that be a 6-inch? Would it be enough that service what's being built and something in the future?
yes, I'm assuming it would have to be. I haven't seen the exact plans, but it's either going to be
So
6 or 8.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot, but I just.
No, it's all right. I'm sure it's got fire protection, so it's definitely going. If it's going to be big enough to fight fires, it's going to be big enough to serve a number of buildings in there.
So I just have a quick question for you, Mr. Mallett. And please forgive me for my unfamiliarity with exactly how the process is for this. So on a project like this, is there, I know that they're going to be paying for the materials and they're going to pay for the labor and so on and so forth. At any point in time, are they paying City Corp for services?
They pay us a permit fee, and that's
fee?
really all they pay us for. They pay, I think the city, they may pay a permit fee to the city as well if they're in a road or something like that, I'm sure. But they're 100% responsible for the costs, and then they basically turn that over to us, turn it over to the city, and we maintain it on behalf of the city. So if it ever breaks, needs repaired, needs total replacement, anything that happens to it, we go out and do that on the ratepayers' money moving forward. Obviously, if somebody wants a meter tapped to it or anything, it's totally public main, and there's nobody that can stop that. It's not a private main.
Wait, so would this on that private property, on the Valley Park Center property, would this extension be a city line?
My understanding, what Dave said, it would be put in an easement. As long as we have an easement and they turn it over to us, then it becomes a city main.
So this isn't just a pipe that we're going to help them put in now. This is also something that we're going to help them put in now, and if it breaks in the future, the city will turn around and fix it for them. So I know that if the water main, I'll give the line from the meter to my house to the city if it means that if it breaks, then the city's going to come fix it, because I know that if it breaks on my side of the meter, it's on me. But are we saying this is in this situation it's different? If it breaks, then the city's going to go in and fix it.
The simple answer to that is the city has to own the main to the meter. So anywhere there's a meter, if it's just a fire line that extends past that, like Olive Garden, some of those have their own fire loop that has no meter off of it, and they have a valve, and it's theirs. If it breaks, they fix it. But if it has meters on it, then we have to maintain, by state law, we have to maintain ownership all the way to the meter, which even includes the little piece of service that goes to the meter. But once it leaves the meter box, it's private from there.
But is that regardless of if we give this $50,000 or not? Like, that's the proposal. If they pay for this, it's still the same thing?
Same
Or-
thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that, like, the
I assume they're
50s
going to construct it the exact same way.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I got it and y'all got it, because I was.
Right. I mean, Dave, unless there's some different, like that, okay.
Have a motion and a second. And no more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, can I get a roll call?
Mr. George,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson,
No.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson,
No.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
5-2, 5 yeses, 2
Okay.
noes.
So it passes. Okay. All right.
But I do want to add one thing. I want to get some sort of system in place, so both more information on the front end for us, and then, Mr. Keller, something like some sort of grant program or whatever, because I hope I don't regret my vote.
I completely agree. I could have felt a lot better about voting for this if we had, as Mr. Keller spoke of, a stated policy that anyone could go through to get this kind of help. Because I have to look our local businesses, our local families in the eye and say, hey, we helped them to expand their business, but we left you on your own. So if we had a program that I could say was available for anybody to apply for, I'd feel a lot better about it.
Well, I think we do. I mean, anybody that creates new jobs is eligible for that funding at the will of the council. I mean, I think that, I know there's not something set in stone that says, for this job, you get X amount of dollars, but the way that Economic Development Fund reads is anyone who creates new jobs, whether they're an old entity or a new entity, I think would be, if the council wanted to bring it, somebody wanted to bring it, I think it would be legit. So it's the way I understand it, so.
One, I think that's great. That's great to hear that our existing small businesses do have access to these economic development funds. That was something that I learned tonight, so thank you for allowing me to learn. I think that what we're talking about is less of making sure that everyone can, and more of creating a process. So it doesn't feel scattershot. It doesn't feel like it's out of the blue. That there's channels that it goes through. There's vetting and then we as a council have the opportunity to inform ourselves, as best as we can on anything that would come up to use taxpayer funds in this manner. And so I'm excited about that.
Still your floor.
Yeah, it's still my
your
floor. Sorry, hey. So item 2 is an appropriation.
Nope.
No,
We're
we're
down
on,
one.
I'm sorry.
You're-
We're done with that.
We're over here. I'm sorry. Pardon me. Going to our finance meeting from last Tuesday, item 1 is consideration of a resolution to approve the purchase of 329 South Commerce, located at 329 South Commerce, for city corporation offices, and they're authorized the mayor and the city clerk treasurer to sign an offer and acceptance with KHR LLC. And we present item 1 as a motion to adopt.
All right, I have a motion to adopt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Items 2 and 2A. Item 2 is consideration of a resolution authorizing the mayor and the city clerk treasurer to enter into an agreement with Metro the Metro Little Rock Alliance to provide economic development marketing services for the city of Russellville for the calendar year of 2026. And item 2A is a line item transfer in accordance with ordinance number 1783. And this is moving $8,000 for payment for this membership into Metro Little Rock Alliance from the 2021 Economic Development Fund to the 2007 Economic Development Fund. We present items 2 and 2A as a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
That's the last item on our agenda. Mayor, I yield the floor back to you.
Oh, thank you, Chairman Killer. All right, moving into some unfinished old business here. Item 1 is consideration of an ordinance amending the current zoning code for the city of Russellville, Arkansas, adopted by ordinance of 2443, and for other purposes, this shall be the third and final reading. This is sponsored by the Planning Commission.
All right, I move we suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read for the third and final time by title with short explanation.
I got a motion and a second on the reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, sir.
Ordinance amending the current zoning code of the city of Russellville, adopted by ordinance number 2443, and for the purposes, ordinance if passed would amend the current zoning code that was adopted by 2443, including amending the extension of land use authority, new auto repair, tree preservation credits, reduction of trees required part, and temporary signage and digital signs, which all are listed as Exhibit A to the ordinance and incorporated herein by reference.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt. Any more discussion? All right, Ms. Skelton, will you give us a roll call to the effect it's an ordinance?
Mr. George,
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson. Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson,
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
7-0.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 2 is consideration of ordinance accepting the dedications of rights-of-ways and easements to the city of Russellville, Arkansas, and the plat of the Hunt Estates Manor Subdivision, incidental subdivision plat for Amy Lynn Place and for other purposes. This was recommended by the Planning Commission. This will be the third and final reading.
Mayor, I move we suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read by title with short explanation only for the third and final reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sir?
In order to accept the dedication of right-of-ways, easements to Russellville, Arkansas, on the plat of the Hunt Estate Minor Subdivision / incidental subdivision plat for Amy Lynn Place for other purposes, as ordinance if passed, would formally accept the dedications in the Hunt Estates Minor Subdivision incidental subdivision plat by the city.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt. Ms. Skelton, can you give me a roll call?
Mr. George,
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson, Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson.
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
7-0.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item 3 is consideration of an ordinance rezoning certain realty in the city of Russellville, Arkansas for other purposes. This is 503 Aspen Lane, submitted by Derek Brown on behalf of Gary Scarborough. This is the second of 3 readings. There has been a request to read 2 times only.
I move that we suspend the rules, read for the second and final time by title only with a short explanation.
Have a motion and a second on the reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, any discussion? Okay, Mr. Keller.
Could someone please give us the reason that was given for reading only 2 times?
It was, he spoke last week at the agenda prep that he had moved into or he got this property, renovated it. It was a previously existing office, and when he went to try to get the business permit, they told him that it was not an office permit, so he's trying to get this rezoned so that he can
Yeah.
open up. It was kind of, it took him by surprise. He had done everything properly. And there's also a letter in the packet.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
Miss
Sorry I missed that.
Miss Skelton told me, yeah, so. But yeah, it was the gentleman that was here last week, yes, sir. All right, got a motion and a second. Now, that's on the reading, yeah. Motion and second on the reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, sir.
An ordinance rezoning certain real in the city of Russellville, Arkansas, and for the purpose this ordinance, if passed, would rezone property from R1 to C2 that is located at 503 East Aspen Lane, that is further identified by the Polk County Assessor's Office parcel number, and is further shown by the attachment Exhibit A of this ordinance, which is incorporated by reference herein. Motion to adopt.
All right, I got a motion to adopt and a second. Ms. Skelton, can you give me a roll call?
Mr. George,
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson. Yes. Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson,
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
7-0.
Okay, now that was, okay, here we go. That's number 3, okay. Moving on to item 4, consideration of an ordinance rezoning certain realty in the city of Russellville, Arkansas for other purposes. This is 800 Williamson Way, submitted by Ashton Smith on behalf of Christian and Missionary Alliance. Second of 3 readings, submitted by the Planning and Development.
I move we suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read the second of 3 readings by title and short explanation only.
There was, they had asked for 2 readings. I don't know if you,
I did
y'all get that?
I don't have that in front of
Okay.
me. So,
Well, if they do-
Mr. Olson said he had been asked if there could be 2 of 2. Do you want to continue with your motion, amend your motion, or just continue with your motion?
It was, sorry, it wasn't on here. So was there a reason given for that one as well that I
This is
dismissed?
this was one that golly, come on now. This was one that when we rezoned everything, it got pulled in as a residential zoning. It's a church. It's the Christian Missionary Alliance Church next to Williamson Way, and they're trying to put in an LED sign there on the road. It's that one there. So they've been waiting on that sign for like 4 months or 5 months. So they're just trying to get their sign up.
Okay, so let's get complicated. I move to amend my motion of suspending the rules to change it from the second of 3 readings to the second of 2 readings and final reading.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the reading. Any more discussion? On the amendment to the motion? Never got a second. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Chris did.
Yeah, Chris did second, so, okay. So where do we need to go, Mr. Parliamentarian?
I just have them both withdraw it and just reform a new one.
Okay,
I withdraw both my motions.
okay, okay. Now,
Mr. Mayor, I move to suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read by title only with short explanation for the second and final reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sir?
An ordinance rezoning certain realty in the city of Russellville, Arkansas, and for other purposes. This ordinance, if passed, would rezone property located at 800 Williamson Way, also identified by the assessor's parcel number, and the attachments labeled as Exhibits A and B, incorporated herein by reference to this ordinance, from R2 to C4.
Motion to adopt.
I have a motion and a second to adopt. Or all in favor? Well, no, give me a roll call. It's an ordinance, yeah. If you give me a roll call, Ms. Skelton.
Mr. George,
Yes.
Miss Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson, Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson,
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
7-0.
All right, cool.
You're welcome.
Also, all right, moving on to new business, item 1A, I will open up a public hearing. Is anyone here, anyone signed up to speak on that? Okay, so, all right, I will close the public hearing. All right, moving on to 1A, consideration of ordinance vacating and abandoning 140-foot minimally improved section of North Jackson Avenue with an 80-foot right-of-way adjacent to Lot 12 of Block 88 and Lot 7 of Block 89 of the JL Shin Edition. This is submitted by Barrett and Associates on behalf of Clarence, Harbor, and Armando.
Mayor, I move we suspend the rules, dispense with the reading requirement, read by title only with short explanation for the first of 3 readings.
I got a motion and a second on the reading. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, sir.
An ordinance vacating and abandoning 140-foot minimally improved section of North Jackson Avenue with an 80-foot right-of-way adjacent to Lot 12 of Block 88 and Lot 7 of Block 89, JL Shin Edition, City of Russellville, Arkansas. And the purpose of this ordinance, if passed, would vacate the aforementioned footage at North Jackson Avenue and vacate all city right-of-ways as further shown in Exhibit A with the attachment incorporated here into this ordinance.
All right, thank you, sir. Moving on to item 2 is consideration of resolution setting a public hearing on the vacation of approximately 120-foot portion of 12-foot wide alley between lots 1 to 3 and lots 10 to 12 of Block 8 of the Madison White Edition. This is sponsored by Barrett and Associates and Mr. Chris Olson. So we're just going to be setting a public hearing here, correct? Yes, okay.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt to set a public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Okay. Mr. Olson abstains for the record. All right. Moving on to item 3, consideration of an ordinance rezoning certain realty in the city of Russellville, Arkansas for other purposes. R2 medium density residential to C4 neighborhood and quiet business located at 500 to 502 Tyler Road, submitted by the Disabled American Veterans on behalf of Clarence Harbor.
Make a motion to read with the title and short explanation only, or one time only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to read one time only with the title by short explanation. Ooh. Yes, yeah, okay. Okay, so I have a motion and a second on reading one time only, title, short explanation. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir.
An ordinance rezoning certain realty to the city of Russellville, Arkansas, and for the purposes of this ordinance passed would rezone property at the 500 to the 502 Tyler Road as further identified by the parcel number assigned to it as included in this ordinance, and also further shown by the attachments exhibits A and B. As further incorporated with this ordinance by reference would rezone that property from R2 to C4.
Motion to adopt.
I have a motion and a second to adopt. Any questions? All right, Ms. Skelton, can you give me a roll call?
Okay. Mr. George,
Yes.
Miss Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson,
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
7-0.
Would like to make a motion that we enact the emergency clause on previous item.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the emergency clause. Any discussion?
I thought that, I didn't think it qualified for the emergency clause? What does it take to be able to apply that?
We discussed this at, go ahead.
I was going to say, and I'm usually the one who's saying that. I think that when we discussed it last week, one of the things that we talked about was the move for this. Again, it was going from undoing a zoning change that we just did a few months ago, and now the use for this property, one of them will be for distributing food to individuals who are in great need of that. And I thought that that would meet that bar of health, safety, and welfare. But I'm just one person, so.
No, that was my understanding as well.
Okay. Any more discussion? Or did you get your answer, or do you need to, okay. All right, so I have a motion and a second to adopt or to enact the emergency clause. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do I need a roll call on this, please? Let's just go ahead and, Mr. Smith wants a roll call on the emergency clause, so.
Mr. George,
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel,
Yes.
Mr. Olson, Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Pearson,
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
7-0.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to item 4, is consideration of an ordinance rezoning certain realty in the city of Russellville and for other purposes. This is C2 Highway Commercial. It's a C3 Large Scale and Shopping Center Commercial located at 2407 North Arkansas, which is submitted by the Dells, Inc. There is a request to read this one time only, and that was discussed at agenda prep, I believe.
We move for discuss one more time.
We need to get a motion and a second, then we can get a discussion. Or you can make a motion for informal discussion. Okay, I got a motion
Second.
and a second for informal discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Mr. Bradley, did you have a question?
Well, I remember that we went through the details as far as what kind of entity this was, but I don't remember the exact reason why it's just one time only. So can we just give me a quick refresher as to why we're just doing one time?
There was a letter that they sent, and that's in the packet, that they requested that they wanted to, there'd been some confusion in how things were done, and then so once we got to this point, they were wanting to try to rezone so that they can become operational as soon as possible. I think that was their request for one time only.
Okay.
I have a couple questions, and I was hoping that Mr. Wilson would be able to step up and let me ask a couple of him.
Gavin Wilson, okay. I was looking at the Dells team, and I was like, which one's Wilson? I was like, okay. Okay, there's not a letter. Miss Skelton seems to, okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Wilson.
So I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've talked with some folks. As I understand it, one of the sticking issues with this whole thing that's for the proposed rezoning and whatnot is that the permitted table of uses does not currently allow for what their original intent was of the extended stay hotel. Is that correct? The table of permitted uses does not allow for extended stay hotels?
It does allow for extended stay hotels. Excuse me, the model that they were operating under was different from our definition for hotel motel and more closely aligns to dwelling multifamily.
So I guess then I'll just have some questions for the Dells team. I guess would be, I was under the impression that the entire reason that you guys wanted to move away from your original project of short-term rentals was because it wasn't allowed, and that was something that was suggested to y'all to rezone and take up this new project. I know that someone from
Whoever
you
wants to
guys
speak,
will have to
whoever wants to
comment
speak for the
and
Dells,
answer
if
the
you would come
question.
up to the podium.
I need to state my name.
Yes, if you don't mind.
Okay,
If you
I'm
don't mind.
Mark Bertel, owner and CEO of the Dells Corporation. Good job passing the thing for the veterans. They deserve that, so.
So I guess that's my, my question was, is I thought that
You're correct.
you had said that you guys were originally wanting to do extended stay hotels, but were told that that wouldn't be allowed.
I
And
think-
you guys needed to change. I'm kind of confused as to how that went down. Could you just explain that to me one
Yes,
more
sir.
time?
So, your city employees have done a great job to get this done. I do want to recognize that. We came in with the model for extended stay. We work in a lot of different towns that have different versions of that, right? They found that for our benefit and theirs, the version of extended stay that we have, as that's not universal among companies, it's different for every company. They found it better to fit with long-term stays. We have models that we do long-term stays in other cities. So therefore, we determined at that time, like I explained last time, that it would be better for our business and our model to continue forward with apartments. And that is that.
And I guess, like, there was, and this is not going back to the agenda prep meeting, this is going back to the planning commission where, I can't remember your name, sir, where Mark and was able to be there, or we spoke a little bit after. So you guys do this all over the place. Have you guys ever run into a situation where, like, you guys have had a project and you came in, you purchased property, and then turning to find out that it wasn't zoned that way before in any of the other properties that you guys have gone through?
Yes, we have had that happen, and we have cities similar to you that want our model, whether it be extended stay, because we're taking usually a dilapidated property, making it better to extended stay, or in fact changing the zoning and creating affordable housing. So yes, we have had this happen, and we've never had issues with any other town. I think I have every town's mayor's cell phone in my phone, which is fun to have. I do want to state the only reason we want one of one is for the sheer fact that we have good people in your town that don't really have other options. I don't think it deserves an emergency clause. I'm not asking for that. I do think there are good people that are lining up to get in there. We want to adhere to your zoning laws and guidelines, and we're trying to do this the right way. So that's why we're here.
Mr. Wilson, will this zoning affect, and you as well, will it affect the restaurant there?
No.
It'll still be able to?
It would still be permissible.
Okay, that's
And
what
even if it weren't, it would be grandfathered in because of
Cool, cool beans.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, suppose the restaurant closes. There goes the grandfather, right? So would it then, a new restaurant comes in, would it still be okay?
Yes.
Okay.
It's good food. I'm promoting them a lot. I want them to stay, obviously. Yeah.
I was just saying, if it did.
Yeah.
We're good. We got it. Okay.
All right, we're in informal discussion. I'll entertain a motion. No.
I would like to make a motion that we suspend the rules, read one time only by title and a short explanation.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second to suspend the rules, read one time only with title with short explanation. All in favor? Any discussion? Yes, sir.
I guess I feel like a few years ago, I said that I was really uncomfortable that we'd adopted a practice of reading things less than the 3 times that's prescribed by law and making that kind of the norm. I understand that there are extenuating circumstances. I understand that there are, every situation is unique. Like the DAV, again, with the property that we just did a one-of-one in the emergency clause, you know, it was a piece of property that we just rezoned a few months ago that we're just rezoning back. So, I mean, it was just going back to what it was. And I guess I am, we've talked, I'm very understanding of the fact that, I mean, you run a business and you want to run your business and get it up going, you know, the way that you want, the way that you want to operate it and turn a profit and so on. That's the entire reason that you do it.
That's truly not, actually. That's about 10% of this. 90% is the people of your town that need a place to live that are otherwise on their mom's couch, so.
I guess that where I am, it's not necessarily uncomfortable with this one specifically. Where I am uncomfortable is I don't want us to go back to a practice where we're doing things less than 3 readings, where we're doing them in 2, we're doing them in 1. We're adding the emergency clause, and we're not giving, the entire point of that is to allow the citizens of our community to make sure that they have time to find out about issues that are in front of the council, that they have the time to do their research if they so choose, that they can reach out to us, that they could reach out to the Dells and ask them their questions. I know that you said you'd be interested in talking with anyone at all, whether they're with the city or not, about the project that you're doing with, or that the project that you're working on. I don't want us to start going back to a one-of-one with an emergency clause on everything again. I think that shortchanges the people of this community in the government that they deserve. And like, I would potentially be in favor of a 1 of 2, but I cannot vote for a 1 of 1.
All right, so I've got a motion and a second to read 1 of 1 only, suspend the rules with a short title. Okay. So we'll need a roll call on that, right? No, to adopt it. No, just on the reading. Okay. So all in favor of the reading?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
So we have 1 no, correct? 1
Roll
no.
call.
Roll call. Just roll call it.
Thank you. Mr. George?
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel?
Yes.
Mr. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
No.
6-1.
All right. Sir?
Ordinance rezoning certain really the city of Russellville, Arkansas, and for other purposes. This ordinance passed would rezone property located at 2407 North Arkansas Avenue is further identified by the parcel number as mentioned in the ordinance, and also exhibits A and B attached to this ordinance incorporated by reference would rezone it from C2 to C3.
We got a motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt. And we have a roll call, Ms. Skelton. Okay.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Ms. Wetzel?
Yes.
Mr. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
7-0.
All right. And that will.
Can I ask clarification? We would not be able to open from 30 days from now.
30 days,
All right.
30 days from now is
No
when
problem.
it takes effect. Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
All right, motion in a second. We are adjourned. Oh, no problem. Hey, Mark.